Hello, I am so excited to be with you once again, and today I will be discussing something that I've been reflecting on very deeply, and I hope it gives you a fresh perspective. Let's just title it The Invisible Cost of Patriarchy. The effect of the damage that patriarchy has done to man and marriages is beyond measure. And when I say man, I don't just mean male men, I mean humans generally. We are living with the collateral damage of a system that promised structure but delivered silence. In fact, there is a new level of patriarchy that is quietly evolving right now, one that goes far beyond the traditional male phenomenon that we were familiar with. We are going to get to that, but before we look at where this is heading to, we have to look directly at where it started from, with men. So this video will be a two-part series. Today in part 1, we will look at the archetype of the father. So recently, I watched a movie that is titled I Can Only Imagine. This movie tells the story of young Bart Millard, the man who wrote the famous worship song, I Can Only Imagine. You remember the worship song, right? That powerful worship song. Bart grew up under the shadow of a man who resembles anything but a father. His father, Arthur, is terrifying, quick-tempered, harsh, and unyielding to say the least. To Bart, Arthur is not just a difficult parent, he is a monster. It's easy to watch a movie like that and dismiss Arthur as an anomaly. But if you look closely past the cruelty, Arthur is an archetype. He's a product of traditional patriarchy working exactly as it was designed to function. We have to realize something fundamental here. Patriarchy was never built to foster emotional intimacy, vulnerability, or relational warmth. It was engineered for survival, hierarchy, and structural stability. In the traditional patriarchy model, a father's role is stripped down into two core pillars. One, the provider, someone who supplies physical sustenance and shelter. And two, the ruler, someone that demands domestication and absolute obedience. Notice what is missing from that equation: emotional attunement. In this model, affection is treated like a luxury and vulnerability is seen as a systemic flaw. Expressing fear or softness signals weakness, and in a survival mindset, weakness threatens the stability of the entire household. So let's examine what happens to a child that is raised under this pattern. The psychological toll echoes into adulthood in two very predictable ways. Number one is the need to perform. When a child learns that approval is either conditional or completely unattainable, they develop an insatiable need to prove their worth elsewhere. Bart first turned to football to make his father proud, breaking his ankle in the process. When that failed, he turned to stage spotlights and record deals. When your home offers no emotional mirror, the world becomes a stadium where you endlessly perform, hoping someone in the front row will finally whisper, "You are enough." Number two, fractured intimacy. You see, we see the world around us through the lens of our history. Therefore, we keep collecting data that reinforces those initial narratives. Simply put, you cannot offer what you were never taught to name. So children raised under rigid role enter adult relationship with a fractured definition of love. Let's consider Bart's relationship with Shannon. That was his childhood sweetheart. Every time things get real or intimate, he instinctively pushes her away. Why? Because to Bart, closeness feels dangerous. In his mind, opening up is just an invitation for someone to smash a plate over his head. And if you've seen that movie, you understand where that came from. When you grow up this way, even neutral faces can be perceived as a threat. Because our nervous system don't just respond to real threats, they respond to perceived threats as well. One of the most profound moments in this movie for me was when Beth's song became a global hit. It is the moment that his father, who was facing a terminal cancer diagnosis, attempts to dismantle the monster that he built. He buys a journal, he begins to pray, and he tried so hard to learn how to talk to his son, not as a commander, but as a human being. Arthur had to unlearn the only framework he was ever given for manhood. And if you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend you watching it. In fact, watch with your family and be open to feedback afterwards. The tragedy of traditional patriarchy is that in its quest to keep the house standing, it often hollows out the people living inside it. It prioritizes dominance, power, and competition over intimacy. Real relational connection doesn't require a ruler sitting at the head of the table. It requires two people willing to lay down their armor, sit down, and finally listen. And here is my call to men. At the end of the day, you have a choice. You can either be a ruler in your home or you can be a father. You can never be both. And let's be clear, the idea that you can be a loving father while being an emotionally cold and abusive husband is an illusion. It never works, especially if you live under the same roof with your family. No marriage survives without intimacy. And the truth be told, intimacy is the new demand. One of the greatest illusions that I see men face is that they are encouraged to suppress their emotions. Let's face it, emotions is not a challenge. It's learning how to relate healthily with your emotions. Just like you learned how to drive a car and master a skill, you must learn how to relate effectively to your spouse and your children. Dear men, there is nothing that harshness resolves that loving firmness will not. But it has to be learned and consistently practiced. And for men of faith who view themselves as leaders in their home in line with the scripture, your leadership should reflect the model that is set before you by Jesus Christ, the one that called you to love as he loves. I believe that gives no room for ambiguity. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The next best time is right now. You don't have to take my word for it today, but I can assure you the next 10 to 15 years will prove it. It's far better to learn this now than to be sorry later. Don't say I didn't tell you. If you are new here, my name is Ikeoluwa Akol. I am a marriage and relationship coach. For over 15 years, I've worked in the corporate sector as an HR professional and also in people management roles across different industries. But no matter how much I loved organizational culture, I always found myself pulled towards the human element, how we grow and how we connect. I didn't just want people to survive, I wanted them to thrive. So I stepped into becoming a certified leadership and relationship coach. Today, through Marital Bliss, I host our monthly Building Bridges program and also help people thrive in their marriages. And through Accentuate, I help people commit to intentional personal growth. If you look behind the scenes of my journey, my foundation is built on devotion to God and dedication to my family. I am a fierce believer in lifetime learning, and I make sure to anchor everything I do with a healthy dose of laughter. Stay tuned for part 2, where we step past the traditional male patriarchy to look at the new silent form of patriarchy that is quietly taking over. Like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's talk about this. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.